So, Mr. Fleming, that's what I'm going to throw out. Could I take any questions or answers or challenges? Checks, credit cards, electric guitars, you name it. I like all the.
Jim, is it your faith that got you to do what you're doing?
For me, it is my faith. It is,
or lack of faith.
I speak at a lot of different churches and synagogues. I started to be a priest, got married, that changed that. Don't hold that against me. But the beauty of Habitat, it allowed me to speak at all different religions. So I'll speak at Shabbat service. I've been to a Muslim mosque in Harlem. I have very good friends who are my brothers who are Muslims and Hindus. I spoke at the Baptist church many times, from South Central Los Angeles to New Rochelle. And I say the same thing. Go out and change the world. Walk the talk. You know, do something good. You guys care? You guys are environmentalists. Don't drive to school one day. Walk. Right? Don't live with a car in your future if you really want to save the environment. That's a tough one, right? But it could be done. You know, so when I speak at congregations, many of them, some like it, some never invite me back because I challenge them. If I say, like, you know, I don't think God measures how big the Cadillac is. If you're successful and go to heaven. I remember the minister who liked that when I spoke to my church. Any other questions you might have for? This place, by the way, is a phenomenal. It's an Indian restaurant, $4 million. This is why the owner just got married. He is, I know he's Catholic, though. In the Christian religion, the three largest Christian countries in the world, President Carter was saying, are India, United States, and China, believe it or not. And Happy New Year to any people who are Chinese, by the way, this week. And but these people have held benefits here for me at no cost for tsunami victims, for the New Orleans families, for anything I do. They always open up the restaurant. Sometimes not on time, but they opened up for us today just to allow. So if you ever get a chance, come back here and support them. They're just a class act, and they're great friends here. Other questions or answers you might have, or solutions? My son is a high school student, and I say, what do you think about the future, Dan? He says, I think we're screwed. How do you feel that way? Right? Right? I mean, that's a tough, right? But change, I don't like that for you. I don't need to go to bed with hope. But it's only if you change something. And the operative word in all the campaigns is change, right? You see that change. Every politician has change now. I want you to have hope, and I want us to get the world right. I want no more flooding. But we have to do some drastic change of our own behaviors and our lifestyles to do that. You know, like this. Yes?
Don't you think everybody is a favorite cause? How come having homes stolen careers?
For my passion?
Yeah.
Really just because I learned how to build over the years, but when I work with the homeless a lot, there's no reason why anyone should be homeless either. If every congregation that saw a homeless person just adopted one person and hired them, loved them up, done an apartment, we had homelessness. But instead people say, oh, we should help the homeless, and then they point the finger at the government to solve the problem. So I work with the homeless a lot. And then the other thing is, when you have a home at your bank, if your family owns a home, it's equity, so that allows you to get up to the American dream we hear about in this country. So if you own something, it creates that wealth vehicle. And it creates stability for you not to worry about studying in your room at night. Or having a safe, warm bed. Or having the landlord threaten you every week without a lease that you're going to be kicked out if you don't do something for them. People live that way. And you would all be suffering if you went in a bad home last night. Maybe some of you did. With fear in your home or shelter that wasn't good. I don't know. You take that all for granted. But I've been in so many people's substandard housing. And when you get someone a good home, their educational level goes up. The family unit is better and stronger. You stabilize communities. You kick out drug dealers. I kicked out drug dealers out of Yonkers this summer in a neighborhood we're turning over, and I pulled out a bullet out of another home. Bullets shouldn't be in our society. Kids shouldn't worry about living in a good home. But I took it for granted. I grew up in a home since I was 4 years old. I dad killed himself working 3 jobs just for us to have that home and my sister to go to college, the first one, right? So ask your family who owned that first home in the history of your family. And how that changed the history of your family's life forever. And you've probably talked about it with your grandparents, your parents. But we take so much for granted in terms of a home, especially in this country. And if you go out to, how many been to third world countries? Right? Right? The quality of homes is different, right? Most of the world doesn't have a toilet to sit on. Be proud when you sit on a toilet today. What the hell is that? Plumbers keep America healthy. It's true. The dysentery and water problems are some of the worst. If you drank sewer water today, you'd be very sick. We take it all so for granted. So, even though we're third world country, that changes. So, anyway, any other questions? Good question. You might, yes.
If you can't build anything, can you still help with the Habitat for Humanity?
If you can't build with us, right? You can help. We have a storefront. We have where we help to sell. We recycle things that get thrown away, that saves the environment, helps generate income for like a thrift store. Only you know. So you can do that. You can also sign in people on the sites and welcome them. Kind of be in the core data, which is cool. I've had teenagers do that. You can also help to make calls for us. You can help with data entry. Right now, we need people to do data entry. Let me just say one thing though. Years ago, and I say this as a challenge because I care about you. Everyone knows we cut out vocational education like hammering, and we cut out cooking out of our school educational program. And I'm not saying y'all should go learn how to cook, but I will say, look, everyone can email each other. And when I pick up Dell, I got another country telling me how to fix it. But you'll have to work on your home someday if you own it. Or building, or working with your hands. Or getting manual labor, or going and get a dishwasher job during high school. Oh my God. It's a good thing. They say your lifespan is less than mine in the future. That obesity in your age level is worse than mine. I was in my lifetime. I don't want that thing. That's wrong. Part of it is because we do just use the computer. We don't go out and build. We need labor work. And I challenge you to do something in your life to get dirty. That isn't against education, but like the superintendent of one school system said, my father made me, myself and my sisters learn how to build or paint or do dishes, even though we were going to go for our doctorate. So, because I care about you. And if you just sit, and behind a computer, our bodies aren't using everything else. We were all given these things for a reason. Right? So I say that because I care about your future. And what they're saying about obesity. And then the other thing they said on the radio yesterday morning is because we're all so much watching videos and computers and games, we don't care about nature as much. This was on the radio on 1010 yesterday morning. That people will wipe out nature quickly, and trees, and everything. In the meantime, we might pull up a picture of a forest on a computer while outside our door, we knock down all the trees on the sidewalks and the street. So, we live in such oxymoron type of dichotomies and things that aren't helping you for your future. So I ask you to think about those because I care about you for your future. Get dirty, come out and build. Still do data entry. Help us, don't if you can't build, we still need that. I'm just saying, learning how to build, that's why I have thousands of youth come out with this. We're on a mission. I want you to join our mission and learn how to help you. If people come to us just to learn how to build on their own home and to help change the world of somebody who doesn't have a home. Because if you have a home, you're better off than so many people. And the last thing I'll say, we believe in Habitat. Whatever God you believe in challenges us to make that right. So thank you, Thornton-Donovan. Thank you for listening. If you pray for me. Because I get shot at a lot, and I get people say, why do you want to help those people? Why are you doing affordable housing? Why are you helping people of different backgrounds and colors? So I need that sometimes. Yeah, I can tell you, this summer I took a lot of hits. I had to spend every night. But people were yelling at me for just getting 4 homes we asked none of the low-income minorities their opinion on how that would affect them if they didn't have the homes, if they lost them. So you pray, say it for us, and then we say the excitement is built. Join us with the music like my HMO, OHM, OMH, whatever the group did. They can never come and visit us in our restore. Join the Habitat Club, start one. It's not Habitat. Start a club to end child labor, Thornton-Donovan, to end vision problems like we do it in Lions Club. Let's get the world right, because I never want any of you to not have hope. Like 5 of you raising your hand and say, we're screwed, like my son says. We're not screwed if you go out and do something about it. Thank you all. God bless you for listening.
Anybody here, by the way, do their community service on Habitat? Okay, so we have.
Chris, why don't you tell people what it was like, what you did, everything and everything.
Come up, Chris, come on.
Give it up for Chris. Yeah, baby.
Basically, I work at the restores here on Main Street in Yonkers. We help build homes to low-income families, like you said. One here in Earthshaw on Lincoln Avenue, another one in Yonkers, and it's a lot of fun. I think all you guys should join us in the summer. It's really a cause.
And did you learn anything?
Oh yeah, I learned a lot of stuff. You know, just the whole purpose of it. You know, and like you said, I took things for granted, and now I don't. You know, now I really learn what it's all about.
So if you ever have downtime for a day on a Saturday, if you ever have downtime for a weekend, if you want to come here with the 3 of you to come build. I got a kid right now working from Middlebury College. He had 4 days off for his holiday vacation. He's over there working, building and putting up shelves and doing some computer work. I had another kid who had to come and do community service. I had another kid from Portland down there working. So you can, like I said, you guys can help me change the world, get it right. Yes?
Yeah, I need some pictures from the standard picture.
Sure.
And,
We're the ones. We do that all the time. And then you'll help get the church involved.
so, who should I contact for that?
I can give you my email. I don't know if you have pens, and I have some of my cards.
Is that your email on one of the papers?
It says Jim at Habitat WC.
Yeah,
Here's
that's,
some of my cards. Jim at Habitat WC. Pass them around if you want. Jim at HabitatWC.org. And Mr. Fleming, and I would ask, here's a challenge. I'm putting on it. You know I've asked you here. Who would be 4 leaders? By the way, it's a very good thing for college application. I signed about 3 letters for college applications from Middlebury and Harvard and all the rest this week. Who would like to be 4 leaders to explore starting the first Habitat Club in Thornton-Donovan? 4 leaders. All right, the leaders, come over and see Nelson over here. I'm going to get your email list. And is that all right?
We'll do it on the way out.
On the
So,
way out, yeah.
Unless she's going with you.
So my leaders, stop over, we're going to take you and thank you. And one day we will get you guys all out building with us.
Who was the second Habitat hand?
It was
Who was
I.
that? Susan, come on.
I did something like it wasn't.
Yeah, come up here.
One question.
Yeah.
It sort of sounds like you're talking about like people not having essential material objects. What about like not having like good people in their lives, like domestic abuse and child abuse?
Well, that's part of it. We've even taken mothers and kids out of abusive situations and built them a home. Another family who had a bullet while the dad was watching, the baby was watching a Winnie Pooh tape, and the bullet went through the side of their apartment and killed the daughter. And we pulled them out of that horrible neighborhood and built them a home. So we don't wipe away all the problems. What we also do is create a mentor program. So if one of you is just a friend to one of our family, like Naz is a friend to one of the girls who graduated, and help to guide her on going Natalie, who help, give input, who came from a tough neighborhood, and help her to say, hey, this is how you should go to college. You guys can actually be a mentor or a friend to a family. And we create mentors of support for families so the house is one thing, you're right, but the quality of the family. And with mentoring and real community building, cross-economic, cross-racial, cross-religious, people who come in and care in their neighborhood, showing that it's not just about putting the building. You give me $10 million to put up a whole affordable housing building. Anyone wants to give me $10 million, please do today. But what it wouldn't do is bring you and I together in that neighborhood, all backgrounds, working side by their family. And after we celebrate pride that they had the keys to their home and their first kitchen and their first backyard, which happens all the time, we keep going to visit. And you realize the gift is not just the house, the gift is being together with that family. For them, from you to them, and them to you. Susan?
Tell us what you did.
So my church,
What church is it?
Memorial in home. They sent a group to Nicaragua and to New Mexico for a week to build houses, just like has happened in Humanity. But it was also like a church camp, so we learned a lot about like God and how He loves us, how we love other people. So I helped build a wheelchair ramp for a man who can walk, and we painted his house, and we built a balcony thing. So we helped with the whole neighborhood. There was like 20 people who went.
I remember when Justin said it was interesting in Freedom Hall. He said the reason he enjoys helping other people is that he feels better about himself. I think the interesting thing about Habitat, you know, it's kind of a way for you to express yourself without necessarily having God as like this prime motivator. You don't need to believe in a God to help someone. And I think what Jim Killoran does, in essence, is God's work. You know, it's work that is very spiritual. But I thought what you said, Justin, was very impressive the other day. And you all know that guy, Tom Paine. Probably most of you consider him a special person if you've done some reading. But am I not right, Retha, that Tom Paine was perhaps one of the first or most noted atheists?
I don't know.
Okay. Eric, do you?
I'm not sure. I know he had the reputation for being.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, reputation for being an atheist. So here you have somebody creating works that are read for centuries after about the divine rights of man. All right, who perhaps is not even a God believer, and that I think is a fascinating and an ironic twist.
Doug, I have a question. Are you all of the same class?
No, 9th through 12th grade.
9 through 12.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, just dream with me. What careers? Just 20 years from now, we're back. 20 years, February 6th, if you guys could all meet me back here. Just think about that. 20 years from now, we all came back here. And what are you?
I know who'd be late.
Who are you 20 years from now? What have you done? What have we done? Just imagine that. The potential of all of you to do phenomenal things is here. And I'm inspired by all of you. Just by I know you were listening and thinking. 20 years from now, what have you accomplished? That's part of what I asked. That's my challenge to you during Glory Day.
We had somebody here who sees that with clarity. Her hand is up.
And she sang in this restaurant, by the way, Amazing Grace, in front of 20.
Some of my teachers are very committed through their churches to be doing work similar to yours.
Absolutely.
Large Mount Avenue Church, where Petrosino worships, always involved. Not only her, but her husband. Matter of fact, he does a lot of cooking in that church. He knows what that's about.
All right, they have a lot. One of the things a challenge for churches as you visit is, and there's a book out called Restoring Sacred Places. And you see a lot of churches today that aren't building big, old structures that are a big stone structure that are beautiful. But the cost to maintain these churches of yesteryear, environmentally and heating-wise, is astronomical. So there's a lot of new non-denominational groups. Even Joel Osteen, I've never seen him, but they meet in movie theaters, or they meet at restaurants. They meet when there aren't big buildings. 20 years from now, they won't worry as much about maintaining the structure, which is a challenge. As a lot of the immigrant churches of yesteryear have to put money, high-end money, into structures where no one has the skill to know how to do that masonwork or beautiful stonework or stained glass work like they did yesteryear. We lost a lot of that. So that's something as we visit some of these, walk by some of the buildings we're in. Then I went by that church today to maintain that church. Other questions or answers? Tell me, what are some of your favorite groups in music? Come on, besides HMO? Give up some names. Teach me. I like to know what's on the latest. You guys? Yeah. Fallout 4. Okay. Next. U2 is still up. Next. Fallout. Who was that?
Jones Brothers.
Jones Brothers. Who else? Come on, be diverse. Don't be fearful, and don't rag on each other's music taste, or else I'm kicking you out. Does Zeppelin still live? Next. Yes. Josh Groban. Andrea Bocelli with a Bocelli accent. Yes. Amy Winehouse. Paul Van Dyke.
Yeah.
All right. How about in the back? Who do you like the music? Yeah. Ella Fitzgerald from Yonkers, born in Yonkers. Frank Sisco. Come on, baby.
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett, who's still. Nina Simone. Yes, who do you like? Come back. Hannah Montana. Okay.
Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Yes. By the moonlight. Gaswood light. Yes.
Like Rihanna.
Rihanna. Okay. Portishead.
Carrie Underwood.
Carrie Underwood.
And anything Broadway.
And anything Broadway. Yes.
AC/DC.
AC/DC still lives. Right, the family show, we're getting back to old school. Yes.
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. Heavy heavy. Yes. Yes, man. Now you bring it to our baby. In the back with the beard. Senior.
Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
Always has geography and something. You know?
Yes. What is that? Rage Against the Machine. Cool. Manhattan Love and Rage. Stevie Wonder. Great child.
You're never gonna run out.
Foo Fighters.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
EWF. Light and Fire. Nice.
Rihanna.
Black Sabbath. Huh? Chuck. You guys have DGs. Last one. Huh?
Flogging Molly.
Flogging Molly. I went to school.
Diana DeGarmo.
Huh?
Diana DeGarmo.
Diana DeGarmo. Okay.
Beatles.
Last one right here.
Beatles.
Ozzy and the Beatles. Alright, so now I know what the latest is. Very cool.
Chris Brown.
Classics are making a comeback on Main Street. By the way, one of my goals, I just talked to somebody actually, and we had 3. Again, the name of your group, I keep it to them. OHM sang twice. And if you ever have some music you want to sing on Main Street, I'm going to be sponsoring a youth day in downtown Rochelle with the businesses to celebrate youth, who you are, if any had any music ability that you want to sing and do a gig, I sponsor a lot of gigs just because music to me is a very spiritual thing. And again, is celebrating who you are, what your interests are, what your background is, from Black and Molly, from Sabbath, EWS to everyone in between. So I didn't ask that senior in high school in the back. What do you like for music? Yeah. Yeah, you.
The Beatles.
The Beatles, yeah. Thank you. All right, well, Mr. S, anything else?
We're gonna just introduce another speaker.
Oh,
That's okay, Tim.
that's all.
And we'll be making our way over to the train station. Perhaps get an earlier train than expected. We can work that through. Meeting people in the city and then going down to the north.
Actually, one thing I would challenge you to do if you want that is that you, and I challenge you to get behind it. You know, if you go up this end and take a left, look at some of the historic buildings and the architecture on them, some of which are threatened to be knocked down, because I'm a big lover of history, so and then you can always go back to
My intention was to walk that way anyway, just to go past the Humanity, the
great.
store,
Thank
if you
you.
will, and point out where you do your work and how you process each
well, we got a good speaker here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
He lives right here.
He lives in rules.
Just took the elevator down, Bloody Jeb is in the school for 2 years doing some glory day stuff with us. Give us a little reflection. Why do we invest the time away from school? Why aren't we not in class? Why are we not learning about your subject matter? And how much meaning does that have for you as an individual? And I maintain in the course of the week, if we just strike one chord in your symphony of life, that we've done something that is worth hearing about. I think Jeb always has opinions, wants to talk with you, and that's why he's here this morning. So, Jeb Mason.
What's up, guys? Like you said, I graduated last year. I went out into Montana for a semester in college. I'm taking a semester off, maybe more. To be honest, I missed TD as soon as I got to college. I mean, you may think college, wow, I'm going to take all these interesting courses.
Where do you go to college?
Rocky Mountain College in Montana.
In Montana?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. And
look like a Montana type of guy.
and when I'm out there, you know, it's not as interesting as you might think. It doesn't have the courses that TD has, the theme it has. It doesn't. To be honest, every course I took my senior year was more interesting. And we never did something like War Days. We never went out and looked at history through so many different eyes, looked at culture through so many different eyes. Glory Days, it seems boring to a lot of people. It seemed boring to me sometimes, but when I did it, looking back on it, it's a powerful thing. You go from church to synagogue to mosque to world religion center where we have energies between each other or something, you know, and it's something special. I mean, looking back on it, I wish I could have gone there now. I wish I could have done it all now, because it would have been a much better experience for me. I would have appreciated it. It would have been something really special, something just I look back on and could have been special. That was special, just not as special as it could have been. So when you guys are all going there, don't think, man, this guy's talking forever. Listen to what he's saying, and think about it. Apply it to your life. Apply it to someone else's life. You know, just really take it in. Don't just sit there being like, man, that's a pretty thing. Just keep with it. War Days is something you'll look back on and be like, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I took that time. When I went out into Montana, I mean, it's a totally different world out there. Like, you may think you meet religious people here, but like, to me, I never thought I'd meet someone who thought evolution was just full of us. Not to mention, you know, a good 50 of them. I mean, it's really different. You know? I mean, we may, like, when people go to church every Sunday, we think of them as, you know, really religious. I mean, to them, that's just like, it's just what you do. Yeah, I mean, the East may seem like it encompasses everything. There's so many people come from so many different places, but it doesn't. They're coming from different places, but they're just getting integrated into what we have. They call it the melting pot for a reason. You know, some people say we get burnt. Well, it becomes one. That's what's important. Go out and take in those emotions. Really realize that, wow, it's not just the 10-word answer that something gets. It's not just one short sentence that sounds like you have to live it to know these things. You can't just read it. You won't. I mean, it wasn't for Glory Days, I don't think I would be as faithful. I'm not saying I'm faithful in like the Catholic Church or any other church, but I'm a faithful person. The Glory Days helped me because I found different parts. Like when I was in